Hello, everyone who watches this video. I'm going to show you a deck that I call Poki Draco deck, which is a deck that I made by myself. It's a fan-made deck. Most of it are not real Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And before you exit, I wanted to say that I know that a lot of people don't like this kind of fake archetypes, which are sometimes overpowered and unreasonable and just doesn't interesting. So I decided to do something a little bit different, and it is to take a real Yu-Gi-Oh card, which is considered bad and unplayable, and to focus around him and make a whole deck that just try to make him look good and to make him look like a decent card to use. So this is basically the deck. The first card is obviously Poki Draco. I focus around him. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one Poki Draco from your deck to your hand. So it's got some potential to do stuff, but it's not like a gadget where you can add a gadget from different color and you keep adding for so many turns. I mean, because Poki Draco can only add himself, so you have only like 3 copies in the deck, and that's the maximum amount of plays that you can do. So I decided to add him in another searcher, and this searcher is called Egg Draco. It's got exactly the same stats, and it said, when this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can add one level 3 fire monster from your deck to your hand, which works really well with Masked Dragon, because you can summon him and you can add. So now that I know that I have these 2 searchers, I thought, what can I do with them? And the most logical thing to do is to make Xyz, because they can do anything by themselves. And I didn't want to make something like Tin Goldfish and Kage to Kage, because it's going to be exactly like the gadgets. It's not going to be interesting. So I thought about a new mechanic to use, and I'm going to show you in the next card, which is called Shooting Baby Dragon. There are 3 baby dragons. I'm not going to read this first part of the effect first. Oh, okay. I'm going to read this. If you normal summoned a level 3 fire monster this turn, you can activate this card from your hand. You can only summon 1 additional time this turn. So basically this is the mechanic. You need to have 1 searcher and 1 of the baby dragons. You normal summon the searcher, you search, and then you use the baby dragon effect to normal summon the copy that you got right now to your hand, and you can search again and make Xyz play. So this is the mechanic that I use. There are 3 dragons. So his whole effect is, you can discard this card to the graveyard, and add 1 level 3 fire monster from a deck to your hand, except Burning Cheek. There were Cheek cards, but I made them baby dragons, so except himself. And also, each one of these effects can only be activated once while this card is in your hand. So, because I didn't want you to have the option to keep using its effect like it's a it's like you can reuse Tin Goldfish over and over again with only 1 copy of him. So I wanted to make him one time effect, and because of that, it becomes dead in your hand after you used it. So that's why I gave him a discard effect, that after you use his second effect, you can discard him and get something, and he's the best one out of the 3 because he is a searcher by himself. He lets you add 1 level 3 fire monster from a deck to your hand, and in the end of the video, I'm just going to show you what you can do with him in your most optimal hand. So there are 2 more baby dragons. There's Aiming Baby Dragon. It's got the same effect, and it says you can discard this card to the graveyard to destroy 1 spell trap card your opponent controls. And the third one is Cannon Baby Dragon, and it says you can discard this card to the graveyard. This turn, your monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so this card and the other card basically protect your Xyz monsters, because all this deck does is focus around those rank plays. And so I know that I got those 2 searchers and I got the 3 monsters that let you make the rank plays. Now I need to make the Xyz. So the first one I decided to make is Rooster Warrior. I said it was a chicken deck. It's a winged beast, rank 3 fire monster. 1500 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Shuffle 1 monster from your graveyard to your deck to add 1 level 3 fire monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, the first effect that said shuffle 1 monster, I made him because I knew that, let's say you use Poki Draco, you normal summon Poki Draco, you get the second copy to your hand, you normal summon the second copy, you search for the third. Now the third one can search from anything in your deck, so he's basically dead in your hand. That's why I decided to make for the both Xyz monsters. I decided to make this effect that lets you shuffle. So you detach and you shuffle the monster that you detached most of the times, and then you have a live searcher in your hand, and he lets you search by himself. There's a lot of searching in this deck because you need a lot of cards to make your plays. You can make them with just one card by himself. I'm going to show you why it's important in the end of the video. And the real boss monster of the deck is Draco Meteor, which is really cool. Draco Meteor, rank 3 dragon, 2000 attack, 0 defense, it's a fire. So he says, once per turn you can attach one Xyz material from this card, shuffle one monster from your graveyard to your deck to destroy one card your opponent controls. So that's basically the strong effect that the deck got, just to destroy a card your opponent controls. And that's basically what you do. You bring those little monsters to bring the stronger Xyz monsters, and most of the time the Draco Meteor, and try to win the games with him. And I made another card that supports this deck. It's called Help Me. It's like the salvage for fire monsters. Add one level 3 or lower fire monster from your graveyard to your hand. I didn't make him add 2 monsters like salvage, because if you're going to shuffle a monster, that you probably want to have 2 monsters in graveyard to add to your hand. So that's why I want to make him more consistent than just to add 1. And also going to support a new archetype that I made, that I might show you if you want in another video. So, and also the deck works well with Card of Consonance. As you saw, I haven't said it. These monsters, all the baby dragons are tuners. There isn't any synchro to the deck. The only reason I made them tuners is because after you use their second effect to make additional normal summon, sometimes you don't want to get their discarding effect. Like, it's good, but these 2 monsters are a little bit less better. So you can use their effect to normal summon, and then you can use Card of Consonance to discard, to send them to the graveyard and draw 2 more cards. So I thought it's just going to be a really cool thing to do, but I could make them a non-tuners. It's not really interesting and important to the deck, and I didn't want to make because you use your searchers to Xyz summon. You don't use these monsters. Although you can still normal summon them, because if you remember, it says you can normal summon 1 additional time this turn. So you basically can summon a searcher, search, and then summon them and synchro up. I didn't make any synchro because I didn't want the deck to go to that kind of to have that kind of plays. So this is the cards. Oh, and also Masked Dragon, of course. So now this is the deck. I'm just going to show you the optimal hand and the non-optimal hand. So the optimal hand have Egg Draco and Shooting Baby Dragon. So let's say, let's go first to the non-optimal hand and you see why that is optimal. You have Poki Draco in your hand and one of these 2 baby dragons. Now you normal summon Poki Draco, you get a second copy to your hand. Now you can normal summon that Egg Draco, that second copy, that Poki Draco, the second copy, and you search for a third one. Now, after you use this one of these cards, and you remember there are only once per turn, then you basically don't have Xyz play for next turn, because you can make a Poki Draco live with one of your Xyz, but you have a dead baby dragon in your hand. So that's why I made Booster Robio, which can search your baby dragon, and with the live Poki Draco, the live searcher, you can make Xyz play, a rank play next turn. So that is the non-optimal hand. The optimal hand is having Egg Draco, like I said, and Shooting Baby. And what you're going to do is you're going to normal summon Egg Draco, get a second copy, normal summon the second copy, and get a Shooting Baby. Why you do that? It's because the Shooting Baby that you had is already dead in your hand, besides its discarding effect. So now what you're going to do is you're going to discard a baby dragon, the one that you used before, not the one that you got right now, and you're going to add the third copy of Egg Draco. And you're going to make Xyz, one of the 2 Xyz, and you're going to shuffle one of these to your hand. So you're basically going to finish your turn with Xyz on the field, with an egg Draco in your head, which is live because you have another one in your deck to search, and live shooting baby dragon. So this is like the optimal hand, and with this hand you can go straight to Draco Meteor if you want, or to go Rooster Warrior and keep making plays almost each turn. So this is basically the deck. This is like, you know, the searchers, the engine to make another normal summon and exceed the monsters. I know that I maybe shouldn't make them turners, and I didn't have any symbol for the deck. It was just for card of consonants. Maybe I should just made you know, a new card of consonants that doesn't require tuner, but I wanted to make it. I wanted it to use real cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! But that's cool that when you make a fake deck, you can still use cards that actually exist in Yu-Gi-Oh! That like go well with the deck. So I hope you liked it.